Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. It is your boy Shots by Pat. If you're new here, this page is about tech, lifestyle, and cameras, as well as me going over some photo shoots that I do along the way. Sometimes I may do a little POV action in which I do some street photography and you guys will come along on the road with me. And other times I'll talk about some lifestyle things that happens in my life, such as my weekend vlogs and sneakers and other things of that nature. So if that's something that interests you, give your boy a like, a follow, a subscription, leave a comment on how you came up onto this page, and let's go along with the ride. For all my regulars, shout out to you. Welcome back. Before we get into everything about this video, obviously you click the thumbnail and I'm going to talk about my DSLR Nikon D850. But before we get into that, and before we get into what a lot of you might be here for, the giveaway, I just want to thank you guys. As the time of recording, the very last video that I processed and put onto YouTube, it has reached 1.5 thousand views. That is by far 1,000 more, no, not 1,000 more, but it is almost 1,000 more than I've ever had in my previous highest rated video. The highest rated video before was my what's in my camera bag, my regular camera bag, and that was 884 views, and this one right now as the time of recording is at 1.5. And I just want to thank you guys. I don't care if you came onto the page or you looked at it because of the fact of the giveaway, or you were just really interested in what I carried with me on my journey as a wedding photographer for the last wedding that I did, as well as the fashion show images that you saw for the last fashion show I did in New Orleans. No matter what it is that got you to the page to view that video, I just want to thank you guys wholeheartedly, and I appreciate all of the views. But I will say 92.4% of you guys that viewed the last video aren't subscribers. In the words of the great Hurricane Helms, what's up with that? But at the end of the day, I'm just grateful, and I gained a lot of subscriptions since that last episode. I'm up to a modest 53, and I just want to keep it going. So again, before we even get into anything else, I just want to say thank you to all of you for all that you have done to get me to where I am right now with my last video. Now, my Nikon D850 is my most important camera of all the cameras that I own. As I've mentioned before, it is my rock, and it is literally built like a tank. It is super durable. Let me show you. This is my Nikon D850. And when I tell you this camera is built like a tank, as I just mentioned, you could literally drop it and nothing will happen to it. I mean, unless you throw it off the 37th floor, and I please advise you don't do that. Don't even throw it off of a first floor. But if you had it in your hand and dropped, you're fine, because it's built so strong. It's built for it tough. And that's one of the main reasons that I'm going to get into as to why I love this camera. The Nikon D850 is the DSLR equivalent to the Z9 or even the Z8. So because I have the DSLR version of those two strong mirrorless cameras, do I really need to get those two mirrorless cameras? The short answer is yes, because I am a techie and I would love to have the Z9 or the Z8, but because this DSLR is still such a strong camera, I really don't even need it, to tell you the truth. So here are some of the reasons why I still use my Nikon DSLR D850. The D is for DSLR, so D850. As I mentioned, it's such a durable camera. Now, let me pause that for a quick second. You're probably gonna think, oh, he's just gonna go over the positives and not the negatives. No, I'm gonna go over both. So yeah, the camera is super weather sealed. It could rain, it could snow, I'll be fine. I would only have to worry about the lenses if the lenses aren't weather sealed, but for the most part, when you see the body of this camera, the girth of this camera, I really don't need to worry about it getting hit with the elements. It's super durable, super strong. Like I said, you could drop it and you won't really have to worry about it bouncing all over the place or shattering in a million pieces because it's such a strong bodied camera. It is the top of the line DSLR camera for Nikon, so therefore they put so much care into that camera. Much like the F5 film camera that I have, the F stands for film, it's such a strong and durable camera. I may even do a video as to, you know, me using the F5. Like, I don't know, I might have to bring that one out real quick. But anyway, the next thing that I'll talk about is the fact that the lenses that I have so many lenses for the Nikon D850. The DSLR is, again, the mirrorless cameras are still new, fairly new. There aren't many lenses yet for the Z system or the mirrorless system. I mean, there's a ton of them, but there's just so many DSLR lenses because DSLR has been out for a very long time. Now, even though I can use an adapter on the mirrorless camera and plug in the DSLR lenses, I'd much rather just use the DSLR lenses on a DSLR camera. The last thing is the battery life. I literally have a whole bunch of camera batteries for the D850, and luckily for me, the Z5 that I own is the same battery, so I don't have to worry about it losing its power, losing its juice. But the long battery life on the DSLR is so amazing. I love it. It's the reason why it's the main reason why I still shoot with a DSLR. The wedding that I did recently, in which you saw what was in my camera bag, I got to the wedding venue. I got to the hotel at 9 a.m. I did not leave the entire wedding. Everything was done until 7 p.m. I didn't have to change my batteries not one time. And when you look at the back of your camera, you'll see the battery gauge. It only went down one, maybe two of the gauges went down when I looked at the battery life when I got back home. That just goes to show how strong the battery life is on the Nikon DSLR systems. Can't say that yet about the mirrorless cameras because their battery life isn't as long. I know a lot of you guys are tired about hearing about the pros, so here are the cons. Even though I love my DSLR because it is such a tank, believe it or not, tanks are heavy. The mirrorless cameras are so much lighter than the DSLR. Imagine shooting a wedding in which I'm carrying both my DSLRs. I'm carrying my Nikon D850 and my D610. So imagine you're going to a wedding. I'm using the PGY Tech One More bag, shameless plug. And both of those heavy ass cameras are in the bag, along with the 100 to 400 lens, the 24 to 70, and maybe even a 24 to 85, or just an 85 lens for portraits, or even a 50 millimeter so I can get those tight shots for the macro and still have some space, to deal with. And I said for the macro, using that as a macro lens, and I still have space to deal with. So it saves my back, in which I literally have back problems from baseball career back in high school. I ran into a gate chasing a foul ball. It's just the worst. But it saves my back a ton if I don't use two DSLR cameras. This is why I'm still in the hunt for a very affordable Z7. I don't want to get a Z6 because it's the same as a Z5. But I will step it up and get a Z7 eventually. The Z7 will probably be my secondary camera that I take with me instead of the D610. The D610 will probably just be my camera for free shoots, as I've always been doing it, but sometimes you need a secondary camera for weddings and fashion shows. So yeah, this is why I still want to get me a Z7 to go along with the D850, because the Z5, again, it's mirrorless, it's lightweight, but it's a entry-level camera. I want to get something better. Now, the mirrorless cameras tend to get a lot of updates and all of the new bells and whistles. So why wouldn't I want a new toy with new features? It's like you're driving a 2010 Land Rover, but now you want the 2024 Land Rover because of the brand new features. It's honestly the only other reason why I would want a mirrorless camera, because all of the updates and the firmware that it gets. I don't think the DSLRs get any more firmware, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, Nikon stated that they are halting all production on DSLRs or two specific DSLR cameras that they have. So now, based off of that, there's so many more things I can get into about the DSLR cameras and the mirrorless cameras, while I like either one of them. But at the end of the day, my DSLR, my Nikon D850 is #1 camera of choice, and I wouldn't trade that in for anything. Honestly, if somebody said to me, we'll give you the Z9 or the Z8, all you have to do is trade in your D850, a little bit of me would probably say yes, but the majority of me would say no, just because, once again, this is my guy right here. I wanted this camera for a very long time. It was to the point where I was going to ask to get it used. I would have purchased a used one. I remember a few years ago, I told my girlfriend at the time and my mother, I was like, yo, listen, I want this D850, or I want a camera better than a D610, because I was tired of just, again, D610 is a full frame camera. Because I was getting so much business, I didn't want to keep using the D610. I wanted to get my hands on the D850 and really push it to the limit of what I could do with this camera. I would have settled for the D810, and I might even still get a D810 as a secondary DSLR to go with the D850. But yeah, I wanted that D850 for a long time. I'm glad when I got it Christmas Day, and I think it was 2018, I was through the roof. 2018 or 2017. I know it wasn't 2019, because I had it well before the pandemic of 2020. But yeah, man, like I was through the roof with the D850. But enough of that. I know you guys are here for one thing and one thing only. Well, maybe two things, and maybe you really did want to hear about the D850. But I know you guys are here for one thing, and it is now time for the giveaway. Before I unveil what the giveaway is, let me tell you what the rules are. First rule is this. You have to be a budding YouTuber or a budding content creator. If you are well in the game into content creation or anything dealing with media, you are automatically excluded. So just be honest with yourself and don't even attempt to get this. Because more than likely, you may have a device or may have something that's better than what the giveaway is anyway. So leave it for someone who actually needs it and will actually use it. Rule number 2 is this. You have to follow me here on YouTube if you haven't done so already, because this giveaway is only for my followers. Head over to Shots by Pat or Shots by Pat Film. If you didn't see it in the intro, you'll probably see it going on right here. I'll also leave the link in the description so that you can follow either one of those 2 pages. Next thing is, once you follow me on any one of those 2 pages, it's your choice. You can pick whichever page you want to follow me on. Leave me a comment on my most recent picture stating why you want this item. Obviously, once you see what it is, you'll leave a comment under the picture. Explaining why it is you really need this item. And in the beginning of the next video, I will unveil the winner, and my daughter will pick the winner. Yes, my 3-year-old daughter will pick the winner of my very first giveaway. I wanted to say, let's wait, let me get 100 subscribers before I do that. And I'm still contemplating stating I have to get up to 100 subscribers in order for me to start the giveaway. But I don't want to do that because I feel like that is just fishing for subscribers. So I'm not going to do that. But what I'll say is, in about 5 to 7 days, matter of fact, in 10 days, because this is the length of time between the video that I posted about what the wedding video and about the giveaway, for officially introducing the giveaway, and now. So within a 10-day period of the day that this video is posted is when I will unveil the winner of the giveaway. Now I know you guys are wondering what this giveaway is, and I'm about to tell you. But first, watch this.
I've been missing out for a long time. Was a different guy with a dull mind. Took too many shots of the wrong kind. Dragging my life out to a slow decline. Feeling out of touch, yet I don't try. Making my way out to the bright lights. Money never gets me on a good time. It takes away the spark in the right size. Times they never send me. Better to lick cold than an overdrive fee. I was waiting for the warm.
So now what you all have been waiting for, you have been waiting patiently to see what this giveaway is. And it's a very big giveaway. And it is something that's going to benefit, once again, the budding YouTuber. So if you're starting out your page, if you're looking to get into YouTube and you don't have one of these items, then you're definitely going to want to pay attention to this. So now, once again, I'm going to go over the rules. In order to enter this contest, this giveaway, you first have to subscribe to this YouTube page. Once you subscribe to this page, you're either going to subscribe to my Shots by Pat page or my Shots by Pat film page. Either one. You don't have to do both. You can do both if you want. If you do both, it's not going to heighten your chances of winning the giveaway. But once again, you can do both or just one. Doesn't really matter to me. But once you do that, you're going to comment on my last picture that you're able to send a comment on. Remember, it's the last picture you're ever able to send a comment on, because I do believe that one of my pictures, I do not have comments turned on. Once again, the last picture in any one of those pages in which you can leave a comment, I want you to leave a comment after you see what this item is, explaining to me why you need this item and what you would do with this item. Now with that said, drum roll please. This is the Saramonic V-Mic Mini. As you can see right here what it is, this is similar to a Rode mic or any other mic that you would put on your camera to record videos such as this. You can use it for vlogging, you can use it for your podcast, you can use it for what I'm doing right now for all of your talking head videos. The cool thing about this is this. Not only can you put it onto your DSLR or your mirrorless cameras, it also comes with another plug in which you can use it on your cell phones. Now, a lot of people are doing a lot of cell phone content these days, so you can use one of these plugs to plug it into your phone as long as it has the regular audio jack. If not, then make sure you get either an adapter that you may need to plug into your phone in order to use this on your phone. It also comes with the actual microphone itself. It's very good quality. I've used this only a few times. The wind muff is right here. Everything is still in good and working condition. The other cord is right here that you would use onto your camera of your choice. But this is the Saramonic V-Mic Mini. And once again, the only way that you can win this is subscribe to this YouTube page. Subscribe to either Shots by Pat or Shots by Pat Film on Instagram. Leave a comment on the very last picture that you're able to leave a comment on, indicating why you need this item and what you would use it for. And then in the very next video, I will announce the winner. My daughter may be the one to pull out the hat of who won, but I will give you the winner within the next video. All right. So with that being said, this is your boy Shots by Pat. Hope you guys enjoy your day. Keep creating. And once again, I see what I capture. Peace.